let's get into some reviews. Martin, for our first review. Everybody want to be big, Martin. I'm talking about Big, the movie, and in real life.
Yeah, how many different takes on Big we gonna see in just the same year?
I know,
the same month.
Because and we of course are talking about the Tom Hanks film Big, and no, this is such a classic film that we've seen different variations on this, and even if the things that this movie's being compared to came out before it, still can't help but say, oh, that's that Tom Hanks movie right there.
It's the original.
Yep. Because this year alone, we got superhero Big.
Yep.
Big with a cape. And somebody said, well, you know what? I got one for you. What about if we had Big and Black? Somebody said, well, you know, that's a little threatening, right? That don't sound right. How about we just shrink it down a little bit? How about we go little and black and make it a chick, you know?
And the person who said that was the little girl in this movie.
Yep.
Just concentrate on being my assistant.
Were you always mean?
I got big and I got rich.
I wish you were little. I told you, watch it.
Should I tell you about that time when the doorbell rang and it was dtmerch.com? It was nothing but a black T-shirt with a white logo. I never told you about that T-shirt that just showed up out the blue.
You got me on that one,
Martin. It was crazy. I opened the door and it was a shirt with nobody in it.
Is that right?
You know, speaking of spreading that toasted goodness, we have taken it upon ourselves. We are proactive here. We're not just sitting around for you to come and get it. We're going to bring it to you. That's right. We're going all around the world if we have to, starting with our neighbors over in Toronto.
That's right.
Our Toronto show.
Neighbors to the north.
Going to be at the Adelaide Hall on May 25th. Doors opening at 6 p.m. Show starting at 7. Full night of comedy, games, and music. Yeah, people, that's what we got here. You know, we had the movie Big with Tom Hanks. Now we got the variation we have now is the female reverse white black non-superhero version of Big at this moment, which is simply called Little. And with this, you have, unlike Shazam, where you had a kid who, through powers unbeknownst to him, he became not only an adult, a 30-year-old man, but a 30-year-old man with superpowers. Now we got kind of the reverse here. We got a woman who goes back to being a little kid, no superpowers at all.
Well, she's powerful when she's an adult.
She's powerful when she's an adult. She has the power of bitchiness. But that gets taken away from her. And in this film, we see almost like a Scrooge type film too.
Yeah.
We see this woman who is at once a powerful executive, owned her own business, doing her own thing, and got it through bullying.
Yep. Her tech startup through bullying.
She said, I mean, she was bullied as a kid, and then somewhere along the way, she realized, damn, this bullying shit really works. She's doing child abuse. She's kicking dogs, stomping on pigeons, you know. But she picked on the wrong one day. This kid had power she didn't even know. She said, you know what? If you were my size, I'll beat your ass. Abracadabra. And she was like, wow, that shit really worked.
Yeah.
Because the girl went home, a woman went home and woke up a little girl.
There's your teacher.
You feeling what I'm feeling?
No, I'm not feeling that at all.
But don't you black women talk about these black dudes with white women no more. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to, because they stopped the movie to lust after this man right here. This damn knockoff Tom Cruise. The movie almost just stopped. God damn.
Well, it not only does it stop, but it stops to go to a particularly creepy place and then just hang out there for a while.
And don't go nowhere.
Yeah.
Your situation, black mama whooping.
I told you not to test me.
Remind me of my mama.
Oh, come on, whoop your ass too.
I know.
Stop looking at us. Tell somebody I did.
You ain't telling nobody nothing.
He did look like that too. He looked like, I ain't gonna say nothing. I promise. I didn't see nothing. Martin, you know me, man.
I do.
You know me for years.
Decades,
Martin. And you know I never hold myself in high regard. You know this.
Okay. Where are we going?
Well, you know, there's one thing you learned about me. I'm very humble. I don't think too highly of myself.
Sure.
But somehow I feel that this movie was made to personally piss me off. If there was
What do you mean? Because they scoured the IMDb to find all the tropes that you hate and packed them all in one movie?
It's like they just found my list and said, "Look, with Korey."
You could check them off. You want to see this at the Alamo Draft House where you have an alcoholic drink, so you could take a sip every time.
Every time, man. There's a lot of things in here that kind of bother me, but it's almost like they went through my top 10 and picked out 3 things that I hate the most in movies and said, let's make this for Korey Coleman.
Yeah.
Just to rub it in his face and piss him off. And the worst thing about it is that, look, there's nothing like being angry after something's made you happy.
Sure. Because it's got a nice beginning.
It does. The beginning of this movie, it's almost.
I mean, it's like it's not good, but it's funny.
Well, the way I felt, like I said, man, you get happy and then it just makes you mad out of nowhere. It's like somebody giving you a slice of birthday cake. You're like, oh, thank you. And they just smush that shit in your face. Fuck, bitch. What'd you do that for? Look at you.
I feel like it's more like that cake where you're like, hey, this is my favorite too. Where'd you get this from? Oh man, we've had that for 2 years.
And then they mash it in your face. Just rub it in. Look at your dumb ass. Stop. Because it was nice. You're right. It had an enjoyable beginning. Yeah. We were laughing.
Yeah, we were laughing. I mean, it was like recognizing like, hey, this isn't necessarily good, but it is funny. Regina Hall is hilarious.
Regina Hall is great. She
knows how to deliver those lines, and her just being, just that mean, I guess the only word to use is bitch, but just how random she attacked everyone and everything. I was like, I can't wait to see what she's going to do next. Every time a new person would walk on the scene, I'm like, okay, what's she going to do?
See, now I told Martin how scary this girl was up in here. Martin, you see how he hesitated? Like, I don't know what to say, but bitch, is that all right? He's getting your approval.
I'm not looking up in an audience.
Yeah, man. Regina Hall, she is great in this movie, man. Maybe that says something about me. Because watching her abuse her employees just made me happy, man.
Oh, no, it reminded me of somebody.
Maybe I can relate to some of them looks I got from people before. But, watching her abuse her employees, she did it so well. It just cracked me up, man. Because she wasn't just a boss. She was everybody's mama. Had all these kids scared.
Somebody said something.
Y'all need to be quiet. We having a meeting up here about important stuff.
Bye-bye healthcare, which you know you need.
Just physically abusing people. People looking at her like, is this legal? And by the way, there ain't no HR department in there.
No. Well, it's a startup, so sometimes that's the case.
Yeah. She's like, I am the HR department. Who want to say something? I can't wait for the day I get paid enough to where I can abuse people like that. Just to pay people where they had to take it.
Sammy,
we ain't there yet, Marty. You all right?
Really?
Yeah,
there's more to come, huh?
It'll be a while. You'll get paid well for it, though.
Okay.
She's very funny in the movie, man. And yeah, it's exaggerated the way she abuses people, but she makes it work. Nobody's looking for realism.
She's got a flair for it.
Yeah. It's one of those things where you really can't draw the limit by saying, okay, this... We always complain about movie world.
Yeah. Which
things
is.
Movie world, laws don't work the same way. Physics, they don't work the same way. But here's the thing about living in movie world. If you do the dumb shit well, nobody says anything. It's a movie. We go with it.
We're willing to go with it. Take me on this ride.
Yeah. And
Regina Hall does that.
And Issa Rae, Issa Rae. Damn. Issa Rae.
No, Issa Rae.
Issa Rae, man. Did I say it right?
Yeah.
She's Regina Hall wouldn't work so well if she wasn't. But first of all, she works great.
Yeah.
But of course, that bullying and abuse ain't no good if there's nobody there to react to
Sure.
it. And there's not a good target for it. Issa Rae makes a great target.
She does.
They play well off each other when they're together.
Yeah.
And I've even read that they're friends. They actually have a script together that they're trying to sell around Hollywood. They're actually kind of pissed off right now because everybody keeps telling them no.
No, well, that happens.
Because they're like, is anything like this? Who pay us? No, they have been known to be really good friends. They vibe off each other very well.
Yeah.
Even to the point where they don't even have to be in the same room. Mm-hmm. You saw that in the trailer. That was a really funny scene where she was just getting a call from her boss, Regina Hall.
Put my slippers 53 centimeters away from the bed so when I hop out, my feet can land on them. I mean, am I being unreasonable?
Now, that's how you know this is a movie. Because a real black woman, if she would have heard that, even if she's a mouth, what you say?
Just that pause.
Yeah. I know you thinking it. Yeah, man. They work really well together. Issa Rae, I think she came from YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah,
she did.
She's a very talented woman, man. She's very funny, just naturally funny. And even in these roles where she's being dominated and being talked down to, she still just has really great screen presence.
She does. She knows how to roll with it, and she knows how to pick those moments where she's got a little leeway to have some power and how to talk back in those moments.
We talk about how we've talked about movies with Melissa McCarthy, Will Ferrell. Yeah, a lot of comedians. They're big enough to where the directors, they're kind of friends with them. They let them do their thing, and they ad-lib a lot. This is one of the times where I think that we saw some people ad-libbing, and it actually worked. It was more restrained in certain parts.
Yeah, I was to the point where I was like, all right, I think about maybe half or 3/4 of this is scripted, but the parts they're ad-libbing on work because they don't dominate. They don't stand out as, oh, now I'm just riffing to fill time.
Yeah, exactly. I was laughing hard, and then Little comes in.
I know. Then they change Regina Hall to Marcy Martin, and I was like, oh, okay, well, but they'll switch back and forth though, right? No,
we wish.
No,
no, hell no.
Like, yeah, what is it, 10, 15 minutes that when Regina Hall is taken out? Yeah, and the movie just it goes straight downhill.
When Little came in, that's when they shoved the cake in my face.
Yep.
And smeared it. What they have there, they have just a one sentence premise, and that is pretty much all you get. Abusive boss turns little, learns to be a good person, gets big again. Spoilers, make come.
Oh, come on, Korey. That can't be the whole movie.
Think there's some Twilight Zone shit where she's gonna stay a little girl the rest of the film? Come on.
This movie's nearly 2 hours.
Yeah.
You telling me that's all there is?
You got a good setup. They've thought about a solid ending. What about the middle though? Don't give a shit.
Don't give a shit.
They don't care
It's
at
pretty
all.
much watching somebody on a treadmill, just telling jokes while they're on the treadmill. Because some of those jokes, you see them now, man, 15 minutes, that joke will be back again. Yep. And then another 15 minutes, it'll be back around one more time.
Oh, yeah, Martin. And, and don't get me wrong, because I understand this is pure Hollywood. When I talk about the business and the creativity, but mostly the business. This is the epitome of Hollywood business. They said, yeah, we got no middle. Why should we? We got to worry about that. Mm-hmm. You know what we do have? We got a demographic.
Yeah.
We got black people.
Yeah.
We got a simple concept that they can get. We got 2 talented actresses and a great kid actor in here.
Yeah, a little girl that everybody knows from TV.
Yeah, and they can bring the laughs no matter how dumb this film is. They have some side performers that you've seen before that are great. They got this. What is this? Oh, that's a script. Here with that.
Man, no script.
What do you mean? We come here with a script.
Why'd you even bring that in here?
What are you doing? You know what? Here, I'll use this. Wipe my ass. There's your script. Don't you ever come in here with a script again. Bitch, this is Hollywood. You know, okay, they do have a script, but barely one.
Barely.
They just have moments, random moments, very random moments that are just there to barely connect the beginning to the end.
Yeah.
And it was those things, those random things in the middle that pissed me off. And this is where I swear, like I said, man, I swear somebody just looked over my shoulder when they was making a list and like, oh, we're going to get your ass. Well, we got something for you.
Because we know you have to see this. You ain't getting away from this one.
We're going to test your ass. You know, and it's really about 4 things in here. And I was so glad when you mentioned one of them. When you saw it and it was just getting on your nerves like mine. Because usually you say, oh, ain't nothing. It finally got you.
It was getting me earlier, but that was when at the point where I stopped to look at you, I was like, I am done, man.
Mark, I have never seen such hatred towards me for something I didn't do.
I wasn't mad at you.
You were.
No, it was more like are you seeing this like I am?
Martin, you don't think you mad at me, but if you had a weapon, a gun, you would have shot me. You would have stabbed me. In the dark. We were watching the movie in the dark. Martin what the fuck is this? I was like, I didn't do it. Martin actually looked at me. He's like, you gonna let this happen? You see what this is? You not gonna stop this?
Okay, maybe I did look at you like that.
Martin looked at me like, you gonna do something about this? What do you want me to do? I'm mad too. Let me just list off some of the things that I hate in any movie, any film, and maybe these aren't in any particular order. But I'll start out with number 1 right here. I hate the random musical number.
Okay.
There was a moment in here that is, and when I say
it's one of the most egregious moments in the whole film.
But the reason why I hate these musical numbers is because, first of all, this is not a musical.
It's not.
And you're just going to throw in this random musical number because you want to use it for cheap character development. You know, because what happens in these musical numbers, the characters will be in a public place like a karaoke bar or a regular bar, and a song will come on. And that's where that's the point where the characters start singing. It's supposed to be a moment where they're supposed to bond. They were enemies before, but they're like, "Oh, baby,
we both love this song.
We both like this song." Or the character was shy, and this song got him out of their shell. Or it shows the competitiveness between these people. Meanwhile, that's cheap character development to get the audience to like them because they're not really characters anymore. It's just like, "Oh shit, that dancing to a song I recognize. I like them." You know, and on top of that. It's also where this is where we get the worst of movie world. It's like all around. They're because in this movie right here, this girl just Issa Rae. I said, God damn it, Issa Rae. She just turns her head for a minute.
Like 1 second. She's sitting across from this girl. Really, like the worst editing possible. Sorry, Bohemian Rhapsody, but this editing is worse than yours. Where she's talking, sips her drink, and the girl's behind her on the bar singing.
Mary J. Blige. I'm going down. It has nothing to. Meanwhile, your ass shouldn't be singing that nasty ass song anyway. The song has no context to anything except it's a black people song.
Right. They're in a fancy restaurant, and everyone is just like, "Oh my God, stop! Make them stop!"
That's the one. That's the thing. Hey, movie world, like this. I turned to Martin. I said, "You know, you think in a fancy restaurant like this, they could fucking afford security,
or they could have just turned the song off."
Oh yeah, or they could have called the police on that. If you don't get your black ass off this table right now,
yeah, we wouldn't even accuse you of being the Legion of Doom
again. Yeah, exactly. Because that's how this is movie world. Shit, you get 2 black chicks wearing dookie braids and big ass earrings and shit and afros, and you don't think Becky would have been there? I need the manager or the police. We got 2 black people dancing on the tables. The extras are the worst because they don't know how to act. They're just like, what's going on? You know, these girls are crazy, but I admire their free spirit. It's always that, man. There's always the people that admire their free spirit. They're crazy. They're not like us. I wish I could do that. I hate it, man. Bullies at a school with little to no adult supervision. That's number 2.
Yeah. Enough with the bullies already, please.
Enough with these bullies, man, at schools where adults are almost non-existent.
Nothing. Yeah.
You know
how much anti-bullying stuff is out there now? And yet, in the movie world, none of it reaches there. Because the kids run the school.
Yeah, the kids run the school. And, you know, it's, I gotta, you know, I'll give a little credit to those Shazam bullies. Maybe I shouldn't have been so hard on them, you know, because at this point, we talked about how much we hated this, but at this point, school is out, and the teachers are like, fuck it, that's your problem now. You know, they're at a recital, they're at a function, and they push a little girl down some steps, and she falls, and not one adult gets up to do anything.
Or even a parent.
Or not a parent. It's almost like the adults are about to get up and move. It's like, sit down. Yeah. You know, it's like that. No one came to help this little girl, man. 3, the music.
Oh, the music's the worst. Oh, it's like they went to one of those free sites from back in the 80s. and they went to the cartoon section.
You giving them a little credit, man. I remember I turned in like, why are they playing this 70s cop music?
Oh, that's right. They were playing 70s cop music.
Because they were doing nothing, but they were walking down the hall just doing nothing. And you would, y'all went to the Waka Waka. You're just walking. You're not doing anything.
I know. I kept expecting somebody to chase a junkie down an alleyway.
Expecting somebody to leap over a car. Yeah. That's when I looked at you and I said, I feel bad for you because you like, man, this music's killing me. I said, I wish I could do something for you, man.
I found that unintentionally hilarious.
God, no, yeah. At the moment, you were out of it. While I got on this scene, this is not really anything. It's not on my list, but I will tell you, I hate when things happen in movies that we see, and it makes logical sense to us, but the film just ignores it. Like, we see it.
Yeah.
We know what's happening here. Now you need to stop this shit and acknowledge it. You remember that scene where old boy was taking his tank top off?
Yeah.
And he was dancing he saw these people sitting there. He was dancing for Issa Rae?
Well, he thought he was dancing for Regina Hall, but she wasn't there. But yeah, that Issa Rae. That's right there.
Okay, because he was close enough because he was right in front of them dancing.
Yeah.
And she had a little girl there. He saw them, and then right when the song stops, he's like, "Oh my God, who are you? And who's this little girl?" And she's like, "Negro, the same people that were looking at your ass strip for the last 5 minutes, 2 feet in front of me.
Yeah.
With your blind ass. What are you talking about?" You know, that's something where they just wanted to have a scene in there so they could show you this guy dancing.
Right.
You know, they just wanted to, it was
something
meant
for the ladies.
Something for the ladies. Which, you know, I tell you, he was fine as hell. You know, that's one of them dudes where, you know, I might switch one day. Take a couple of drinks.
Couple, huh?
I mean a sip. When I say a couple of sips.
Oh, I am so drunk, I don't know what I'm doing.
I heard you're a dancer.
You left your drink at the bar. So you want this beer or not? Yeah, get out of here.
I'm sorry about your shirt. What you mean? I get you another.
I have some in my place.
I never wear them anyway. Before is the talent show.
Okay, because I could think of 2 more, and I was like, which one is he going to hit?
Okay, well, let me get the talent show out the way.
Okay.
I'm curious to hear yours. The moment that you have a talent show,
your climax is a talent show,
because you want to make people immediately feel some sympathy or cheer on the underdog or the bullied person or the victim or whatever. When the moment you put a talent show in there, you already on the road to you with me.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, you know, because that's one of the cheapest things that we see now. Just have a talent show just so everybody can cheer at the end. When it was done, the movie wouldn't even end. Martin saw me. I yelled out. Like, the movie kept going. I just yelled. I didn't care who was there. Stop!
Yeah, end this.
Just stop it. It's done.
It's done.
You were done 10 minutes ago. Wow, this is the longest epilogue I've ever seen. What's yours?
The one you missed, that's one of my biggest pet peeves. Show is that these movies, these low-level comedies, and especially the black ones, when it involves business and our main character, especially if it was a woman, is in a high position, these writers clearly do have no clue how business works. Everything that they do with their company, like when even in the beginning where it's funny because Regina Hall is so funny, but the way this company works, I'm like, none of this works. With a startup, you don't have a boss like this. She can't employ all these people, and that whole, oh, we got this one client, and we don't impress him. And it's just Mikey Day, who the character is a jackass. It's like, you don't build your company around somebody like that.
Yeah, just one dude.
Just one dude.
Yeah.
And they talk about selling, how we got to sell an idea for an app. That's not the way that works.
That's because I was thinking that the whole time. I was like, well, why don't you just develop the app for yourself?
Yeah. That makes no sense.
No.
And the whole movie is built around Issa Rae's character's, her idea for an app. Like, if they would just stop and listen and go with this, everything could sell. She could save the company. And when they reveal what her app is, I laughed my ass off. I was like, okay, that's a pretty good joke. And I was like, oh wait, y'all taking it seriously.
Yeah.
You really nobody's gonna buy this app.
No one's gonna buy this. The shit is just
especially when they actually show it. It's one thing a concept where you go like, all right, it sounds stupid as hell, but maybe. And then when they show it, give you a demo, you're like, nah, y'all.
A kid would be like, when does a Pokemon come out? You know, do I find the Pokemon here?
Yeah. Do I fight with it? Yeah. Is there AR?
Again, like it's movie world. Sometimes we can deal with it when it's done well, but when you get downright stupid with it,
yeah. The thing about this movie, they put so little work in the actual story here. All their work is in the story of how this movie got made. With the little girl, Marsai Martin, how she's an executive producer, and it was her idea, and they decided to run with it.
It was the little girls,
Yeah.
the actresses.
Yeah, it was her idea to say like, hey, why don't we do a movie instead of big, we make it little, starring me?
Well, you know what, man? I gotta say, that's one of the reasons why I'm really angry about this movie, because it won't let me be as angry as I want to be. Because Marsai Martin,
Yeah.
there were moments I was thinking, is she just like a midget or something? Because she's great in the film. I actually liked her a lot.
I'm 50-50 on her, because there's some scenes where I think she's really good, and others where I'm like, this is just not.
I really enjoyed her, man. I liked her, and if it ever did get annoying for me, it's because of the movie.
Yeah.
Not really her, but I think she's a very talented young woman.
Well, they're
man.
really pushing how she's the executive producer and how much work she's done with this and this new production company she's got going.
Hey, man, great for her. Excuse me. No, I mean, I got nothing but pride for her on that level. Now, Martin, you know that I have made it my mission to go see the worst of the worst films. Like we don't get screenings for most of them, and I pay to go see them.
Yeah.
And that is, and you know, and that is why I say, you know, looking at this, I can't say it's as bad as what you guys might be thinking I'm about to how bad you think I'm going to say it is. It's you know, I mean, because like I said, man, I get it. Set up quick, shoot this, get it out, make our money. We know this, and while we're talking about the script writers and everything, everyone knows that all this stuff is written very quickly. It's written with no big. They're not doing it for the art. You know, maybe this girl's, Marsai Martin, her production company is producing this, and hey, for a kid, okay, that's awesome. But I'm a grown ass man, you know. So I'm looking at this and I'm thinking like, for a kid, that's awesome. But Hollywood churns stuff out like this all the time for quick profit.
Yeah.
Tone Bell,
that's him.
Is his name? Tone Bell is the romantic interest here. And he's really funny in the film.
Yeah, I know.
I like him.
He's really funny, and they just kind of push him to the wayside. He's funny a little bit. He's on, and then all right, you gonna be over there. Come back real quick. All right, now go back over.
Yeah, they just kind of need something for her to like crush on in the movie. You know, I get it. You know what it comes down to is me saying that knowing what kind of movie this is, knowing how they set up their expectations, I don't still give it a pass for that. But it's not the bullshit movie that you guys are probably think I'm going to give. It's not some more bullshit for me. I mean, it's barely a rental. But I did get some really good laughs out of it. They might not have been in abundance in the middle, but I did laugh out loud. And when it worked, it worked.
Well, I don't see those worst of the worst movies that you do, so I don't have that to compare it to. This movie felt like as if the movies that they were going to allow her to make was a Disney Channel movie, and then at some point, adults got involved and decided to adult it up. It goes from not that funny to downright painful to an ending that I thought was completely horrible. Yeah, it's some old bullshit.
All right, well, there you go. Martin, you start seeing some new bad movies I see.
No, I feel like I don't.
We'll go on a field trip, Martin.